Gilt Baptist Church, visitors, members, friends. I bet you want to know what I'm up here for. Well, I'm like Minnie Paul. I'm just glad to be here. Deacon Horton gave me a little chore to do, and I said, yes, I don't mind doing that. I thank the Lord for the two sons that the Lord has given me. You all have heard 1,000 times from me how I did not want to marry a preacher. But the Lord was looking 50 and 60 years down the road. And He knew what He wanted me a vessel for. Not me, because He ain't said nothing to me about preaching. I guess He said you got enough preachers in your family without me having you do it too. But I'm just thankful to be here, and first of all, I'm thankful to God to see your pastor and my number one son sitting here before us today. And the second thing is, I'm thankful that God didn't just give me one, He gave me two. One to hold up the other one when it's needed.
Amen.
So, what I'm about to do is not going to take but a half a minute. I'll say this. In 1973, Anthony A.W Motley, was at the University of Ohio State University. Come in, daughter, you've been so sweet and so faithful. Now I'll get his name right. I'm 82, so I left out something. His name is Anthony A.W Motley. And somebody said, why you give him so many names, my Lord? I said, well, maybe the Lord wants this to be the last one, so He said, stick another name on there. Nevertheless, very shortly here, in 1973, as I stated, Anthony A.W Motley was at Ohio State University, and he made a call home. I answered the phone, and he said, Mama, I have something to tell you. I'm not going to say he said it so seriously, you know, but I'm not going to tell you what I thought he was going to tell me. I'm not going to tell you all that. He said, Mama, the Lord has called me to preach. I said, preach? What you going to say? I said, you don't even talk when you around home. And his brother Doug can attest to the fact that when he was growing up a little boy, he was the quietest child I have ever seen in my life. He played with his little toys around the house. Now he and his brother played together, but he didn't say anything hardly. So when I told Doug Jr., I said, Father, you're talking about call to preach. I said, that boy don't even talk here at the house. He said, Mama, you'd be surprised to know how much Wagner knows about the Bible. We were living living in a parsonage with 3 floors, and they had the 3rd floor. And he said Wagner would be up there all the time, Mama, when you didn't know it, reading the Bible. So he knows what God wants him to do. So I told Wagner, you better talk to your daddy. So I handed him the phone and I said, Reverend, you don't have no idea what your son is fixing to say. But anyway, he told his daddy what the Lord had called him to do. And church, that's been 36 years ago when he first gave us that message. And I'm just so proud of both of them. I'm proud of Wagner in Atlanta, where he's known by everybody there, including the mayor. They even come to his anniversary. And when God wants you to do something, do it.
That's right.
You'll know whether it's God or not. You do it. I just got to say this. Doug Jr. had told us when he said he was called to preach, he said, I was afraid to tell you all because you all had spent so much money on me with the violin that you wanted me to be the first black person to play in the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra. I said, Doug, if the Lord wants you to preach, preach, son. Preach. That's what your dad and I want you to do. So, Gilt, all the members, all the friends, and everybody, and I want to thank everybody who's prayed for our son here. I want to present to some, introduce to others my number 2 son. Now, not because he's the lesser, that's just because he's 15 months younger. Anthony A.W Motley, pastor of Lindsay Street Baptist Church, Atlanta, Georgia.